Can you imagine playing soccer while riding a bike? Welcome to Zarpado. Don't forget to subscribe as we're starting a marathon of fun facts. This is Astonishing. A martial artist demonstrates total body control and almost impossible balance. With precise movements and control of every muscle, he seems to defy gravity. His concentration is such that he appears to float. Watching him in action is hypnotic. Meet Porter, the world's first driving dog. In New Zealand, a rescue organization demonstrated how amazing dogs can be by teaching 3 of them, including Porter, to drive a car. These furry friends, rescued from abandonment and abuse, prove that in addition to being adorable, they are geniuses on wheels. The life of a newborn kangaroo begins with a feat. It measures just 0.8 inches and is blind, but manages to climb into its mother's pouch. There it remains for months, protected and fed. It is an incredible example of instinctive survival. Its development is slow but steady, a marsupial marvel. Fish of the Gobiidae family inhabit Pacific reefs and prefer sandy bottoms between 13 and 130 feet deep. Although they measure only 5 inches, they are essential to the ecosystem. Their colors help them camouflage themselves. They are fast and elusive. This marine mollusk lives on sandy bottoms or in seagrass meadows up to 82 feet deep. It feeds on algae by scraping with its toothed radula. Its soft body and shell protect it. It is a key element in the ecological balance. Simple, but vital. The Tegalalang rice terraces in Bali are an ancient heritage with 2,000 years of history. They are kept active thanks to the Subak system, which manages water through cooperation between villagers. Their landscapes are iconic. It is a model of sustainable agriculture, beauty, tradition, and efficiency in one place. Crockwhite is a mineral as rare as it is spectacular. It occurs in the form of fine, deep red crystals and is native to Tasmania. It is sought after by collectors. Its fragility makes it difficult to extract. Pure mineral beauty encapsulated in rock. The Hercus larva belongs to a deep-sea lobster. It lives under high pressure, has 10 legs, and is adapted to the cold sea. It is part of the little-explored biodiversity of the ocean. It is also called Omer, a fascinating deep-sea creature. The United States is facing a critical nursing shortage, so in a Chicago hospital, technology comes to the rescue. At Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, 2 robot nurses, approximately 5 feet tall, roam the hallways delivering medical supplies to staff. These robots are not only tireless, but operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with only a short break to recharge their batteries. Kai Guoqiang's fireworks are not ordinary explosions, they are art. This artist celebrated the Chinese New Year with lights that look like brushstrokes in the sky. Each explosion had shape and rhythm. It was like painting with fire, a show that blended tradition with visual innovation. The stock jellyfish is special because it lives anchored, motionless, like a sea flower. It attaches itself to corals or rocks and captures prey thanks to the currents. It looks like a bioluminescent lamp. Its lifestyle is unique. Atoma Island in Japan is surrounded by a stunning coral reef. It's a paradise for divers and marine biologists. Its crystal clear waters are home to colorful fish and vibrant marine life. A magical place, an underwater treasure hidden in the Pacific. The Tibetan fox seems to have the most serious look in the animal kingdom. It lives on arid, cold plateaus, adapted to the extreme climate. Its thick fur protects it. It is a silent and efficient hunter, a symbol of resilience in the harshest corners of Tibet. Square wheels? Yes, and they're not kidding. The Shark Wheel Company designed electric minicars with wheels that, although they look like something out of a crazy cartoon, glide better than round ones on various terrains. Rolling with angles has never been so smooth or so practical. A geometric revolution on wheels. Baby crocodiles are already born organized. They emit high-pitched squeals from inside the egg to synchronize the hatching. This is how they alert the mother to dig them up and protect them. It's a team effort from the very first second, pure survival instinct. A motorcycle shaped like a pig sounds unreal, but it's real. It was created by a Japanese engineer who put headlights on its snout and turn signals on its hooves. It's adorable and eccentric, a tribute to creativity on wheels. As weird as it is, fun. The bare-furred Shar-Pei is probably the most huggable dog in the world. Its fluffy texture and folds make it look like a living stuffed animal. It's also loyal and calm, a true ball of cuteness. Ideal for lovers of unique dogs. The Hyperion X-Pone is a hydrogen-powered hypercar. It has a futuristic design, wing-like doors, and impressive acceleration. It's also eco-friendly, emitting only water vapor. Speed and sustainability combined, a car of the future, today. The mating ritual of the Aninga resembles a ballet dance. The male performs precise and elegant movements to conquer the female. His gaze is penetrating and is part of the courtship. Its choreographed nature, a spectacle worthy of a documentary. On the island of Bahia, Brazil, a community has transformed aluminum cans into original sound costumes. In Madre de Deus, more than 30 participants paraded through the streets wearing costumes called Piero, made from about 1,600 beers and soda cans. These costumes are not only visually striking, but also make sounds when they move, creating a unique experience. Three-player chess takes strategy to another level, turning each game into a battle of wits, fleeting alliances, and unexpected betrayals. On a hexagonal or circular board, three armies face off in a mental dance, where attacking can be as dangerous as standing still. Each move must consider not one, but two possible counterattacks. Here, more than ever, patience and cunning are the best pieces on the board. Exploring the riverbed with a smartphone sounds crazy, but a Hong Kong video blogger did it. He used a waterproof phone to film aquatic creatures in real time. The result was fascinating. Technology at the service of curiosity. The poodle moth is so rare it seems from another planet. It was discovered in Venezuela and has a furry body and large eyes. Its appearance confounded scientists. The internet made it a star, a flying furry mystery. The beer fountain in Jalek, Slovenia, is a beer brewer's dream come true. You can serve yourself local beer directly from public taps. You just need a mug with a chip. It's tourism with flavor. And yes, it really exists. The sand viper is an expert at hiding. It buries itself in the sand, leaving only its eyes visible. When it detects movement, it attacks with incredible speed. Its camouflage is perfect, a stealthy desert predator. The fish of the Opistognathidae family lives in tropical waters off Australia. It has a long body with yellow spots and enormous eyes. It lives in caves or tunnels under the sand. It constantly observes its surroundings. A master of marine hiding. The dwarf anteater is a miniature of the famous tamandua. It lives in the treetops, hidden among leaves and branches. It measures only 8 inches and is difficult to see. It feeds on ants and termites, a secretive inhabitant of the South American canopy. Traveling by bus in Himachal Pradesh is not for everyone. The roads are narrow, winding, and border cliffs without guardrails. It is a journey for the brave. The scenery is spectacular. Every curve is a test of nerve and confidence. The opuntia is not just a cactus. It produces bright flowers and delicious strawberry-flavored prickly pears. It is also hardy and grows in arid areas. It is used in cooking, medicine, and even cosmetics. A plant with multiple talents, versatile and beautiful nature. A restaurant in Miami, Florida, uses a robot to serve its guests. Astro is a robot that assists the servers at Sergio's, a well-known restaurant in the city. His duties include delivering food to the tables and facilitating service, improving efficiency. He works with the servers and even wishes diners a happy birthday. Rock art may sound simple, but it's impressive. Some artists carve, paint, or stack rocks to create mind-blowing sculptures. It requires a lot of patience and precision. Transforming the ordinary into art, that's the magic. The humanoid robot P-Moan, developed by Engine AI in Shenzhen, is one of 3 innovative products from this startup. It can interact, move, and collaborate on basic tasks. It represents the future of robotics, intelligence, design, and movement in a single body. Sugar gliders are acrobats from the Australian forest. They are small marsupials with a membrane that allows them to glide between trees. They feed on nectar, resin, and insects. They are active at night. They look like mini flying squirrels. The artificial wave pool in Arizona uses cutting-edge technology to generate perfect waves. It's ideal for surf training without going out to sea. The size and power of the waves can be adjusted, surfing for every day, regardless of the weather. The Cape Slipper, or Pedides capensis, looks like a fairy tale animal. It lives in the savannas of southern Africa, has large ears, long legs, and a thick tail. It hops like a small kangaroo. It's shy but adorable. A fairy tale character comes to life. The flying scorpionfish spreads its enormous fins like wings and can briefly fly above the water. Its appearance is as dramatic as its name. It propels itself to escape predators, a fish that literally takes flight. The rope-skipping record was shattered by a young man who performed 228 jumps in just 30 seconds. That's more than 7 per second. His speed seems superhuman. No one could keep up. A spectacle of pure coordination. In the rainforest of Borneo, some tiny orphaned orangutans face a very tropical challenge, cracking open coconuts. While their human caretakers show them the trick, they watch, imitate, and strive. With each stroke, they get closer to the delicious prize. Learning through play, with a coconut flavor, in a cave on Sulawesi Island, Indonesia, hides a gem from the past. A wild pig painted 45,500 years ago. It is the oldest known figurative work and was found alongside human figures. More than a drawing, it's a window to the origins of art and the symbolic mind. Our ancestors were already artists. In the Shilin region of China, trees don't grow, but stones. This forest is made up of giant rocks that look like trunks and branches, sculpted by erosion over millions of years. Its fantastic appearance makes it the setting for legends and movies. Walking through it is like entering another world. The collision test in China was extraordinary. A Geely Manjaro was hit by 2 Honda CR-Vs tied together with ropes. The vehicle held up as if nothing had happened. It didn't lose functionality. A true feat of engineering. The lion's paw prints are not on their paws, but on their faces. Each mane and eye shape is unique. This is how experts identify them. It's their natural signature, a unique portrait of the wild. Gravity suits in the US are changing the rules of rescue. They allow for rapid progress in difficult terrain. They're stable, lightweight, and powerful. They reduce risk in emergencies. Science fiction made reality. Traffic tigelos in Canada are simple but ingenious blocks. Pedestrians place them in the crosswalk. They force cars to slow down. They improve safety with a gesture, a useful and practical urban innovation. High-speed school trains in China could make buses obsolete. They would transport students in seconds. They would be safer, faster, and more efficient. An educational transformation on rails. Science and education at the highest level. Choreographed sleight of hand isn't just for children. A young woman took them to the level of art. Her movements are perfectly synchronized. Each gesture goes with the rhythm, pure visual dexterity. The natural setting of the Pamirs seems designed by filmmakers. Its mountains blend with clouds and light, endless valleys and breathtaking skies. Every corner looks like a painting, Central Asia in its purest form. The so-called hot ice seems like something out of a magic potion. It's a sodium acetate solution that, after being supercooled, remains liquid until a simple touch triggers a surprising reaction. Upon contact with a crystal or imperfection, it solidifies in seconds, forming crystalline structures while releasing a wave of heat. The Indian giant squirrel isn't just surprising for its size. It has a uniquely colorful coat. It eats large fruits like jackfruit. It leaps between branches like an acrobat, a living jewel of the Indian forests. The surgeon fish Acantharus olivaceus is a beauty of the Pacific. It has an elegant silhouette and vibrant colors. It measures up to 12 inches. It is popular in aquariums for its calmness, a swimmer worthy of admiration. The Viana canals in Brazil look like sculptures from another planet. Erosion created unreal shapes. The landscape is almost mystical, a stunning nature reserve, ideal for explorers of the unknown. The Brazilian black tarantula is imposing just by looking at it. It has a special sheen to its fur, but it is calm and non-aggressive. Many keep it as a pet, a dark beauty among arachnids. The demolition hammer in slow motion reveals the invisible. A worker uses it with precision. His face vibrates like jelly. The force of the impact is visible in detail. China has discovered a true energy treasure hidden in Inner Mongolia, a colossal deposit of thorium. This mineral, more abundant and efficient than uranium, could power nuclear reactors for 60,000 years. With nearly 2 billion pounds underground, the discovery promises to revolutionize the country's energy future. Dante Dentoni's Lego carpet isn't just for walking on. It's a masterpiece built piece by piece. Colors, shapes, and textures blend together. It surprises young and old alike, a floor impossible to ignore. The disappearing square puzzle defies logic. It seems like magic, but it's actually mathematics. It plays with the proportions of the figures. It teaches in a fun way, exciting and educational at the same time. Buddha Lake in Iturup hides more than it reveals. Its calm waters seem harmless, but beneath it lives a ferocious spiny fish, a paradise with secrets, beauty and danger in one place. The subway station in Xi'an, China, looks like a museum. Its design combines art and functionality. Every corner has unique details. Travelers stop to look. Did you know that some sea slugs decapitate themselves to survive? Yes, they literally cut off their heads when they get sick, and then regenerate their entire bodies. Incredible self-healing ability. In the heart of Ukraine, the Tunnel of Love is a natural paradise where romance blossoms. This magical railway passage is covered by a canopy of trees that, over time, have intertwined, forming a green tunnel. Known as a romantic destination, it's where couples find a special connection surrounded by beauty. The puffin is a bird that wins hearts. It has a colorful beak and sad eyes. It walks clumsily but flies gracefully. It lives in cold northern areas, pure marine tenderness. The Victoria crowned pigeon walks elegantly instead of flying. Its blue crest looks like a crown. It lives in humid forests. It is calm and serene, majestic beauty in every step. The Buddhist Vesak festival in Sri Lanka lit up the sky. A 65-foot lantern was the center of attention. It shone like an artificial star. The crowd was mesmerized, peace and spectacle united. The impact of braces goes beyond aesthetics. They correct bites and improve health. They relieve headaches and neck pain. They prevent tooth decay. A functional and healthy smile. Magnetic cases in Scotland have a curious purpose. They are used in classrooms to block cell phones. They improve students' attention. Without distractions, there is more learning. Simple, but effective. Popcorn production is an industrial spectacle. Golden kernels pop with perfect precision. Machines control temperature and time. Everything seems choreographed. Movie magic begins in the kitchen. The humpback whale's leap was epic. It emerged from the depths with tremendous momentum. Its body arced through the air. Water splashed onto the spectators. A spectacle of nature. The lionfish looks like something out of a fantasy aquarium. Its fins spread like fans. It is beautiful, but poisonous. It moves with lethal elegance. Beauty with a warning. The golden silk spider measures up to 1.6 inches and spins shimmering threads. Its silk is strong, elastic, and extremely light. Research is underway to create advanced materials. Some webs can absorb impacts. They are a living example of biological engineering. Amazing and useful, all in one. The world's longest-running anime isn't about action or magic, but about an ordinary family, Saze-san. Since 1969, it has already racked up more than 8,100 episodes and is still airing. In Japan, it's a Sunday tradition. This is Guangzhou Baiyun train station, China. Over 4.8 million square feet, with 11 platforms and 24 tracks. It's considered the largest in the world. It serves millions of passengers with impressive efficiency. Its infrastructure is enormous, a symbol of modern railway capacity. I bet you didn't know about the eruption of Mount Etna in Sicily. Europe's largest active volcano recently roared. It spewed smoke and ash in towering columns. The pyroclastic flow surged forward furiously. The spectacle was apocalyptic and hypnotic. Nature in its purest and most dangerous state. African herons show courtesy by bowing as a greeting or a sign of trust. They do this when approaching people they like. It's an elegant and symbolic gesture. It helps gain their friendship and respect, beauty and ritual in a simple movement. This is the bourgeois minion. An engineer created a bourgeois version of the famous character with absurd details. It's both a functional piece of furniture and a work of art. It combines imagination and real mechanics. Beyond blueprints, a toy made real. Creativity with laughter included. Electric discharge drawings are works made with controlled electricity on canvas. The result is bright and colorful shapes. The artist burns or dyes only where he chooses. Each piece is unique and chaotic, art that defies traditional brushes and techniques. I bet you didn't know about the bioluminescent waves in California. They are caused by algae that emit electric blue light. When the sea is stirred, the spectacle glows. It's a beautiful and mysterious natural phenomenon. It only occurs under certain conditions. Pure nocturnal wonder. The Chapel of Bones in Évora, Portugal, is a macabre and fascinating work built in the 16th century. What makes it truly unique is its decoration, which is almost completely covered in human bones. It is estimated that the remains of about 5,000 monks were used to adorn its walls and ceilings. The trackless tram in Yuzhou, China, runs on virtual tracks detected by sensors. It doesn't need traditional rails for guidance. It uses artificial intelligence and GPS to stay on course. It represents a revolution in urban transportation. Living notebooks are books whose pages feature reliefs, moving mechanisms, and animations. The illustrations seem to come to life. Each page is an interactive experience. They blend art, engineering, and narrative. Literature transformed into a dynamic object. Bet you didn't know about the wooden car replica in Vietnam? An artist's father created exact replicas for his children. He used wood and craft tools. He even followed an AI-generated sketch. The result moves like a real toy. Family ingenuity on a whole new level. Have you heard of the Illuminati? They were a secret society founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, based in Bavaria. Their goal was to fight organized religion and the monarchy. They were banned in 1785, but since then, their legend has grown like a shadow over history. The Liziba metro station in Chongqing is on the 8th floor of a building. The train literally runs right through the home. It was designed this way due to the mountainous terrain. It allows for connections without changing buildings. Practical and striking architecture. This is a lava flow on Kilauea, Hawaii. A glowing torrent emerges from the active volcano. Its bright red color mesmerizes and frightens. It moves slowly but unstoppably. It leaves a trail of fresh rock, a spectacle of Earth's power. Water sprayers in South Korea effectively reduce fine urban dust. They spray water on the pavement to cool it. This prevents deformation from extreme heat, often exceeding 100 degrees F in summer. They are used in large cities. User-friendly and functional urban technology. This French autonomous exoskeleton is designed for people with limited mobility. It allows walking, climbing stairs, and sitting unaided, all autonomously and safely. It is activated by sensors and powered by a lightweight battery. Medicine and robotics at the service of inclusion. The dolphin playing with air rings demonstrates its intelligence and grace. It captures ring-shaped bubbles and holds them precisely. Then it elegantly blows them out. The game is interactive between dolphins and trainers. A marine show is as beautiful as it is fun. Steak tartare is a traditional French dish made with finely chopped raw meat. It's usually accompanied by capers, onions, egg yolks, and a variety of seasonings, which enhance its fresh and delicate flavor. Served raw, it's prized for its freshness and the quality of the meat used. The flamingo migration in Pulakat, India, paints the landscape a deep pink. Thousands of birds move together in perfect harmony. Their combined form seems to walk on water. It's a natural spectacle worthy of a postcard. Nature in motion. The rodeo bed in the US simulates the movements of a mechanical bull at night. If you stay on it for 30 seconds, you get a free stay. It's available in themed hotels for the brave. A fun nighttime challenge. Laughter and fright at the same time. The Lantern Festival gathers thousands of lanterns ascending into the dark sky. Each participant releases a light with their wish. The sky fills with points of light. It's a symbol of collective hope, light and peace in a magical scene. This giant fork in Switzerland was placed by Nestle as a permanent installation. It stands several yards tall and can be seen from afar. It has become an iconic visual symbol. It represents the local food culture, functional and symbolic art. The Demon's Eye in Iceland is a hot spring that constantly gushes out hot water, even in extreme cold. The steam remains active even at temperatures below 0 degrees F. Its color and shape give it a mystical appearance. It is a place both mystical and natural. Geothermal heritage in action. The dog on a skateboard glides through the streets with surprising skill. Its owner adapted a board to its size and personality. Now it rides sidewalks like a professional skateboarder. It demonstrates animal skill and confidence. Tenderly urban. New Year in China is celebrated with an explosion of color and tradition. Busy streets, dancing dragons, and drums rumble for hours. Fireworks light up the night. It is a symbol of celebration and unity, culture and excitement at its peak. Working at height in tall skyscrapers defies vertigo and wind. The workers operate hundreds of feet above ground with precise techniques. Every step represents risk and skill, an epic and human construction at the same time. The captured rotation of the Earth shows the subtle movement of the planet. An English photographer used a stabilized camera for hours. The result reveals stars and clouds swirling in the sky. It's a cinematic view of the planet. Patience and technique come together in a celestial work. If the water is muddy, stay on the bank, warns this old Australian saying that combines wisdom and survival. In rural areas, crocodiles, water snakes, or manta rays may lurk underwater. Not being able to see the bottom is a real risk, which is why many rivers are marked with signs. Locals use this phrase as practical advice before diving in. It's more than a saying, it's a lesson in caution passed down from generation to generation. In Australia, much of life depends on heeding these warnings. The scene of two penguins walking while holding each other's flippers melts even the coldest spectator. Their synchronized steps on the ice seem like something out of a winter fairy tale. Each movement reflects tenderness and complicity between them. The video was captured by a tourist on an icy beach and quickly spread. This vision of animal companionship sparked empathy and hope online. Quadball, formerly known as Quidditch, is a sport inspired by the Harry Potter universe. It is played by two teams of 7 players each, who must maneuver with sticks between their legs. The main objective is to score points by throwing a ball through hoops located at the ends of the field, while the snitch, a ball tied to a neutral runner, must be caught to score additional points. This parrot not only repeats words, but also distinguishes colors and tones, and is able to sort marbles by color without making a mistake. It learns through games, positive reinforcement, and patience, displaying an amazing memory. It can recognize human voices and respond in personalized ways. Its intelligence has been compared to that of a small child. It has become popular on social media thanks to displays of its cognitive ability, and it proves that some animals understand much more than we imagine. The technique of painting sheets with ice creates art in a natural and organic way, full of surprise. Dyed ice cubes are placed on a white fabric and allowed to melt slowly. The pigments disperse chaotically, generating unique patterns. Each piece is one of a kind, as it depends on the melting and the physics of water. It is easy to recreate at home and is ideal for creative experiments with children or adults. It also combines sustainability and aesthetics in a very ingenious solution. An aqueduct in the Netherlands allows ships to cross above car traffic without interrupting flow. Beneath this waterway lies a tunnel that connects to Flevoland, the largest artificial island in the world, with a surface of about 374 square miles. This engineering creates two levels of circulation that coexist without intersecting. The design works as visual and logistical poetry, surprising visitors. It is an example of how to elegantly combine water and road. A reindeer runs wild through the forest, leaping and twisting with a wild grace that captivates the senses. Each thrust of its hooves transmits pure and contagious energy. The moment was captured in slow motion, enhancing the majesty of its movement. It seems to celebrate its freedom with a natural dance. To watch it is to reconnect with the vitality of the cold northern air. The wave in Arizona resembles a giant wave of petrified rock, captured in time and frozen in motion. Formed by millions of years of erosion on layers of sandstone and limestone, its fluid curves resemble a natural relief painting. Access is limited to preserve its condition, making it an inaccessible treasure for most. It spans about 1,500 feet and rises up to 200 feet in certain areas. Nemrut Dağ in Turkey features giant statues of gods, lions, and eagles on a solitary peak, with echoes of a millennia-old history. Their colossal heads rest on terraces, gazing toward the horizon like symbolic guardians of the past. Some of the statues measure over 20 feet tall. They are believed to mark a royal tomb, shrouded in mystery and ancient legends. Xianren Bridge in China is the world's largest natural arch, with a span of 394 feet and a height of 230 feet, carved by erosion. Surrounded by lush vegetation, it blends into a natural fantasy setting. Walking across its top generates awe and respect for geology. It wasn't created by humans, but it impacts as if it had been. Grojogan Watu Purbo waterfall in Indonesia cascades down several rock terraces, creating liquid curtains that hypnotize the listener. Its rhythmic and constant sound generates a feeling of natural meditation. Visitors describe an atmosphere of peace mixed with strength. It is not overrun by tourists, so it maintains its intact and wild character. Furthermore, the sunlight plays on the water, creating visual sparkles. Festima is a colorful festival that celebrates the mysterious and fascinating African masks. It takes place in Dédougou, Burkina Faso, and brings together cultures from across West Africa. Dances, drums, and rituals fill the streets with ancestral magic. The masks represent spirits, legends, and sacred traditions. It is a unique festival where the past comes alive in every movement. In some cities, graffiti is removed with high-pressure steam, a technique that erases the paint without damaging the original surface. The process is rapid, like watching street art vanish instantly. It's used on old walls, sculptures, and delicate street furniture. For the observer, it's astonishing. The graffiti disappears and the surface looks clean again. The method combines efficiency, heritage preservation, and eco-friendly technology. It's already being implemented in many U.S. cities seeking to maintain their urban identity. At modern festivals, giant 3D holograms are now part of the spectacle, interacting with performers and bringing floating scenes to life. Artists appear, disappear, or even multiply before an astonished crowd. This technology creates an immersive experience blending sound, light, and projected figures. It has even brought deceased performers back on stage with surprising realism. The audience becomes part of the show, not just spectators. In Bali, there was an unusual invasion of giant spiders covering ceilings, power lines, and trees with webs. The dramatic but harmless phenomenon alarmed locals and tourists alike. The images looked straight out of a horror movie, with threads hanging from every corner. It occurred naturally during hot and rainy seasons. Authorities advised people to avoid affected areas. Nature reminded everyone it can still surprise, for better or worse. Ice flower fields in the Arctic are fleeting marvels, with crystalline, petal-like shapes forming on young sea ice. They develop when extreme salinity and low temperatures cause salty brine to surface and freeze, often at around 22 degrees Celsius for colder. These fragile structures are almost impossible to capture on camera. Their beauty vanishes within hours under sunlight. Parrots are not just known for their vibrant feathers. Many talk, solve puzzles, and express emotion. They can learn dozens of words, mimic human speech, and respond with intent. Some even understand the context of conversations. They show affection with movements and vocal tones, captivating owners and scientists alike. Watching a master metalsmith at work is like seeing a dance of hammer, fire, and control. He strikes, bends, and shapes molten metal with incredible precision. Each item is born from the union of high heat, often exceeding 1,800 degrees F, and skilled hands. It may take hours to finish a single piece, but the result glows with both function and beauty. This artisan tradition keeps ancient techniques alive. A sailor aboard a Norwegian ship battles to walk through a fierce storm at sea. The ship rocks, walls shake, and each step feels like a circus act. He grips railings and braces himself as waves pound the hull. The viral video shows ocean water crashing through doors and slamming into furniture. It's a vivid reminder of the danger and respect that life at sea demands. Experiencing an earthquake in a skyscraper is terrifying. The entire building sways slowly, like a wave beneath your feet. Every groan of the structure amplifies your fear. Inside, lights swing, objects fall, and you feel the unnatural motion of the earth below. It's like stepping into a disaster movie, only real. Onigiri is a classic Japanese snack made from salted rice molded by hand and filled with ingredients like fish, pickled plum, or veggies. Wrapped in seaweed, it's easy to carry and eat. Found in nearly every Japanese convenience store, it's been around for centuries. Onigiri remains a popular, portable, and culturally rich food. The mongoose is a sleek, short-legged mammal, famous for fighting venomous snakes. Found across Africa, Asia, and nearby islands, it belongs to the Herpestidae family. It's fast, smart, and fierce. Some species are social, others prefer solitude. Its agility and boldness have earned it a place in legends and folk stories as a fearless survivor. Folk ballet blends traditional ballet technique with regional dances from around the world. Colorful costumes, live folk music, and storytelling create an experience that preserves the emotion and heritage of each culture. It's more than dance. It's a living expression of identity. Each step honors tradition through motion and music. Corn is a cereal native to the Americas with great nutritional and cultural value. Its fruit, the cob, comes in different colors depending on the variety. It is a source of carbohydrates, fiber, and some protein. It is consumed boiled, ground into flour, in beverages, or even as a sweet. Corn was sacred to the ancient Mesoamerican civilizations. Tire cleaning in Formula One is essential to maintain car performance. It's performed during pit stops to remove residue like rubber, oil, and dust. The process must be extremely fast and careful not to damage the tire surface. It improves grip and reduces the risk of accidents. In this sport, every second counts. Clean tires can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Janil Park is a Korean designer known for furniture that looks like 3D drawings. He uses wire to create chairs, tables, and lamps with stunning optical illusions. His pieces combine art and utility and have been exhibited in museums and design fairs worldwide. His style is minimalist, playful, and instantly recognizable. Leptopoma perlucidum is a tiny snail with a nearly crystal-clear shell found in Southeast Asia. Its greenish mantle and gills make it stand out from typical land snails. It thrives in humid environments and feeds on soft plants. Despite its small size, often less than 1 inch long, it plays a crucial role in its ecosystem. Scientists are fascinated by its delicate beauty. The masonry competition celebrates the skill and precision of professional builders. Contestants build walls, apply finishes, and show off their techniques. Judges evaluate cleanliness, speed, and safety. It's a demanding contest that also honors a trade that builds the world around us. Craftsmanship is valued as both practical and artistic. Polyurethane foam floor leveling is a modern, non-invasive method to fix uneven surfaces. The expanding foam is injected beneath the slab, lifting it with precision. It hardens within minutes and provides durable support. It's used in homes, businesses, and infrastructure to correct misalignment. The process is quick, cost-effective, and long-lasting. Adam is a robotic barista powered by AI and equipped with robotic arms. It can prepare drinks like espressos, cappuccinos, and lattes with precision and consistency. Customers interact with it through a screen or voice commands. Adam also cleans utensils and automates routine tasks. It offers a glimpse into the future of coffee service and hospitality. Angelina Jolie posed for National Geographic while covered in thousands of live bees. The campaign aimed to raise awareness about pollinators' importance for biodiversity. Jolie prepared by refraining from using scented products and working with experts to reduce bee stress. The iconic photos went viral. Her brave gesture spotlighted a vital environmental cause. In Japan, underground turtle tunnels help freshwater turtles safely cross train tracks. Built in high-risk areas, these passageways protect vulnerable species during migration. Their strategic design prevents countless fatalities. It's a smart and compassionate solution that blends engineering with conservation. The 1,000 Trees building in Shanghai is a striking mix of architecture and greenery. Designed by Heatherwick Studio, it contains over 1,000 trees and 25,000 plants on terraces and balconies. It functions as a vertical forest, reducing heat and cleaning the air. This living structure is an urban green landmark. Military pepper spray training prepares recruits for high-stress situations. The spray causes intense burning, tears, and temporary blindness. Trainees must follow orders while enduring these symptoms. The exercise builds mental toughness and emergency readiness and is conducted under strict safety conditions. It's a powerful test of resilience and discipline. In Dubai, pure 24-karat gold banknotes are sold as luxury items. Although they have no official currency value, they replicate the design of real banknotes in great detail. They are made from thin gold sheets and encapsulated for preservation. Highly collectible and appreciated by tourists, they reflect the city's unmistakable taste for luxury and excess, an eccentric and brilliant gift. Winter roads form over frozen lakes and rivers. These temporary routes are used to transport supplies or connect remote communities. Safety depends on ice thickness, which must exceed 12 inches in most cases. These roads are common in Siberia, Canada, and Alaska, and are closed immediately at the first signs of thawing. They're both practical and risky. Octavio Ocampo, a Mexican painter, is celebrated for his surreal artworks filled with optical illusions. His paintings transform ordinary objects into faces, scenes, or landscapes that reveal new shapes on closer inspection. Each piece demands a double take to fully appreciate its complexity. Ocampo is one of the top names in visual metamorphic art. Crab fishing is a tough and traditional trade practiced in cold coastal waters. Fishermen use traps known as pots or nasas, baited to attract crabs without harming them. The job is physically demanding, with challenges like freezing temperatures, wind, and crashing waves. Despite the danger, it's a profession highly respected and valued. Will Smith used personal cameras while filming Bad Boys to capture first-person perspectives during action scenes. This method gave him creative control over performance angles and added a unique visual style to the film. His footage was integrated with the official edit. It's an innovative move that reflects Smith's growth as an actor and producer. The ovenbird from South America is famous for building mud nests shaped like ovens. These round, dome-like homes protect against weather and predators and can last for years. The bird uses clay, twigs, and grass, and lets the sun dry the structure. Known for its work ethic, it's a common sight in fields and suburbs. Its call is sharp and distinctive. Chinese characters, or Hanzi, are symbols that represent meanings or ideas. Unlike the alphabet, each character is an individual unit of meaning. Many are built from radicals that indicate either pronunciation or category. A fluent reader must recognize thousands of them. This system is over 3,000 years old and still used daily. The pitahaya, or dragon fruit, grows on tropical cactus plants. It has vibrant pink skin and either white or red pulp dotted with small black seeds. It's mildly sweet, rich in fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants. Commonly eaten fresh, in smoothies or salads, it's also prized for its decorative, exotic look. Octopus suction cups are complex tools for movement, grasping, and tasting. Located along their tentacles, these cups create powerful suction through vacuum pressure. Each one can sense texture and flavor, making them essential to feeding and defense. Their fine control continues to amaze marine biologists and roboticists alike. Downhill racing is an extreme sport where cyclists speed down steep trails full of natural hazards. It demands quick reflexes, skill, and nerves of steel. The bikes feature rugged frames and advanced suspension systems to handle impacts. It's practiced on mountains, forests, and custom-built tracks. Pure adrenaline on wheels. Lenovo's transparent laptop concept blends technology with futuristic design. Parts of its screen and chassis are translucent, revealing its internal components. Though still in the prototype stage, it's captured the imagination of tech fans worldwide. It aims to redefine portable devices, a bold glimpse into the future of computing. The gelada monkey is a unique primate living in the Ethiopian highlands, often seen grazing like a sheep. Males have a thick mane and a distinctive red patch on their chest. They feed almost exclusively on grass, which makes them different from other primates. They are social and live in large groups. Their communication includes facial gestures and complex vocalizations. STIHL Timber Sports is a reality logging competition that brings together the world's best logging athletes. They use handsaws, chainsaws, and axes in challenges demanding speed, precision, and strength. This tradition, rooted in forestry work, has transformed into a spectacular sport. International competitions with a highly technical level, the buzzing of mosquitoes, though annoying, is a fascinating biological phenomenon. It is generated by the rapid flapping of their wings, which can vibrate hundreds of times per second. Female mosquitoes produce the most audible buzz, which also serves to attract males during mating. This sound can alert us to their presence. The Lely Discovery Collector is an autonomous robot designed to clean cow stables efficiently and quietly. It vacuums accumulated manure from cow traffic areas, improving hygiene and animal welfare. Its design allows it to move through narrow aisles without frightening cattle. It helps reduce disease and odors. It is a modern farming solution that saves staff, time, and effort. Carambola, also known as starfruit, is named after its distinctive star shape when sliced. Native to Southeast Asia, it grows in warm climates. Its flavor ranges from sweet to slightly sour, depending on ripeness. It is refreshing, rich in vitamin C and fiber. Its decorative appearance makes it ideal for gourmet dishes, juices, and tropical desserts. Taylor Lane is a surfer and designer who made a surfboard from recycled cigarette butts. His goal was to highlight marine pollution caused by this common waste. The board is fully functional and has been tested at sea. His creation has won awards for eco-innovation. It's a direct message about the impact of plastic and trash, turning waste into environmental action. Third Wave BBQ's Cube Burger is a cube-shaped burger that revolutionized social media. It contains beef, cheese, lettuce, tomato, bacon, and a layer of liquid cheese, all contained in a perfectly cubic bun. Launched in November 2024, it offers a classic flavor in an unexpected presentation. It's ideal for those who love trying something different. The structure of a tooth is made of layers that protect and provide function. Enamel covers the surface and is the hardest substance in the human body. Beneath it lies the dentin, which transmits sensations. At the center is the pulp, where nerves and blood vessels reside. Mary Beatrice Kenner was an African-American inventor who revolutionized feminine hygiene. In 1957, she patented the first adhesive sanitary pad, improving comfort and functionality. Despite facing discrimination, she developed multiple useful household inventions. Her work paved the way for improvements in everyday products. The kissing flower, or Psychotria elata, is a tropical plant with red petals resembling full lips. It grows in Central and South America, in humid, shaded regions. Its shape and colors attract pollinators like hummingbirds. It's famous for its appearance and has become a symbol of natural love. Unfortunately, it is threatened by deforestation, beautiful and fragile. The giant tiger shrimp is a marine species that can grow to over 12 inches in length. It has a robust exoskeleton with mottled colors that help camouflage it. Highly valued in Asian cuisine, it lives in warm waters and is farmed in specialized hatcheries. Its size makes it a rarity. The Microsoft Excel World Championship is a contest rewarding the best users of the spreadsheet program. Participants worldwide must solve complex challenges under time limits. The tests assess skills ranging from basic formulas to advanced macros. Being a panda nanny is a specialized job at conservation centers focused on caring for cubs. Duties include feeding with special milk and closely monitoring health and emotional well-being. It requires patience, tenderness, and discipline. This vital role aids in preserving the endangered species. Images of baby pandas have captivated millions. Truly one of the most adorable jobs in the world. The whale shark is the largest fish on the planet, with specimens reaching up to 59 feet in length. Despite its imposing size, it is harmless to humans. It feeds by filtering plankton, small fish, and crustaceans. It has a unique pattern of spots, similar to a fingerprint. It lives in warm, tropical waters. It is a symbol of harmony between strength and peace. The Christ, the King of Poland, located in Świebodzin, is an imposing 108-foot-tall statue, reaching 172 feet including the pedestal. Its height symbolizes Jesus' 33 years of life, surpassing the famous Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. Inaugurated in 2010, it was promoted by priest Sylwester Zawodzki. The Moscow guppy is a variety of ornamental fish bred in Russia, known for its vibrant colors including shades of blue, black, and purple. Males are particularly more colorful, while females tend to be larger. This fish is popular in aquariums due to its beauty and ease of care. The mouse deer is a small and elusive mammal that lives in the forests of Southeast Asia. It stands out for its tiny size, with some adult specimens weighing no more than 4.4 pounds, making it one of the smallest ruminants in the world. Its appearance is similar to that of a mouse, with large ears and a compact body, perfectly adapted to its forested environment and herbivorous diet. Located in the Indian Ocean, North Sentinel Island is part of the Andaman Archipelago, but it's completely inaccessible to any visitor. The reason? It's inhabited by the Sentinelese, a tribe that has rejected all contact with the outside world for thousands of years. Hacksmith is known for creating science fiction technology. His lightsaber uses plasma to generate a blade that cuts through materials, bringing us closer to Star Wars gadgets. He also designed an eye movement-controlled laser beam. Powerful enough to burn small objects, it brings movie technology closer to reality. In 2006, Trevon Johnson, a promising 19-year-old college athlete, left his home in Colorado for a meeting with his coach. He was on foot as usual. He never arrived. The last time he was seen, he was a few minutes from campus. The strange thing is that his routine was clear, his usual route, and there were no witnesses to indicate a fight, accident, or altercation. He didn't carry much money, nor did he have any known conflicts. Although it may sound disturbing, in some rural areas of Romania, a little-known tradition called Nunta Mortului, or Wedding of the Dead, still survives. This involves celebrating a symbolic marriage between a living person and a deceased person, especially if the deceased died unmarried. In Finland, there's an annual competition called Kanto, or Wife Carrying World Championship, where men must carry their wives on their shoulders through an obstacle course filled with mud and water. The tradition dates back to the 19th century, inspired, they say, by a famous bandit named Rosvo Runkinen, who forced his would-be thieves to prove their strength by carrying women. It sounds like an internet joke, but it's not. The pinky-handed fish is an animal that literally walks on the sea floor using modified fins that look like hands. It lives in the deep, cold waters near Tasmania, Australia. Instead of moving like other fish, they use their front hands to drag themselves along the underwater sand, as if they were taking a slow, clumsy walk. In Scotland, especially in rural areas of the Highlands, there's an old and dirty tradition called blackening, in which future brides and grooms are ambushed by their friends and doused in a mixture of rotten food, soot, flour, raw fish, feathers, molasses, dirt, and more. Chuk, an 11-year-old elephant in Cambodia, walks freely thanks to an innovative prosthesis made from recycled tires. This prosthesis was fitted after he lost a leg due to a trap set by poachers. With this device, Chuk has regained much of his mobility, allowing him to continue leading a relatively normal life. In Belgium, there is a peculiarly designed hotel shaped like a colon called Casanis. This unique accommodation has become a striking tourist attraction, standing out among traditional options due to its unusual structure. Guests can spend the night inside this curious building that simulates a human organ, creating a surreal experience. Mirumi is a robot with a furry design that attaches itself to its owner's arm and turns its head toward whatever captures its interest. Its behavior simulates the curiosity typical of children, allowing it to establish a genuine emotional connection with people. This unique characteristic makes it an interactive companion that naturally reflects attention and wonder. Juan Pedro Franco, originally from Mexico, held the title of being the fattest man in the world, reaching a weight of over 1,300 pounds. However, his story took an impressive turn when, after undergoing surgery, he managed to lose more than 660 pounds. This transformation process was not only a physical challenge, but also an emotional one, and his success became an inspiring example of overcoming obstacles. Seijin is a true master of robotic dance, mastering every movement with surprising precision. Their machine-like gestures synchronize perfectly with the music, creating choreographies that seem straight out of a futuristic world. The wedding of Anant Ambani, son of India's richest man, was a true spectacle of luxury and extravagance. Celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, John Cena, and Tony Blair attended the event, surrounded by dazzling decor worthy of a modern fairy tale. The event became a global landmark for its opulence, with glittering costumes, fireworks, and exclusive performances. Can you imagine avoiding Manhattan traffic and flying directly to John F. Kennedy International Airport by helicopter? Uber Helicopter offers an exclusive service to make it happen, allowing users to enjoy breathtaking aerial views while arriving at their destination quickly and elegantly. Although this service is only available on special dates, it is undoubtedly a luxurious option for those seeking a unique experience. Domino's Pizza took fast food delivery to the next level by using a jetpack to deliver pizzas at a festival. Imagine seeing a delivery driver flying through the air, delivering your hot, fresh pizza in a matter of minutes. This innovative combination of speed and creativity shows how technology can transform the fast food experience. The island of Sulawesi, Indonesia, the Toraja people perform a ritual that challenges everything we believe about death. Every 3 years, they unearth their deceased relatives, dress them in new clothes, clean their bodies, and take photos of them as if they were alive. This ritual is called manin, and far from seeming macabre, It is an act of love and respect. The dead are considered an active part of the family, and they are not abandoned or forgotten. Joseph's machine is an ingenious creator known for his extravagant inventions of unusual alarm clocks. One of his most striking inventions is an alarm clock that literally throws water in his face to ensure he wakes up. But that's not all. He's also designed elaborate systems based on the principle of chain reactions, like enormous Rube Goldberg machines, where a sequence of falling, rolling, or colliding objects ultimately forces him to get out of bed. To promote the hit series The Walking Dead, the creators devised an advertising campaign as original as it was terrifying. Zombies began appearing on screens at some bus stops. These screens were equipped with augmented reality technology, showing zombie figures walking down the street or rapidly approaching from the background as if they were about to attack. A surfer has managed to combine his passion for the sea with a completely unexpected idea, teaching children to ride waves, accompanied by his goat, named Pismo, who surprisingly balances on the board like a true professional surfer. This unusual initiative was the brainchild of Dana McGregor, a 44-year-old Californian instructor. In 2002, Brittany Gallivan broke the record for folding paper 12 times, something many believe physically impossible. She used a very long roll of paper and applied mathematical formulas she developed herself to achieve it. This small Japanese crab, called Haikagani, has a shell with natural reliefs that resemble a human face, specifically that of an angry samurai warrior. Legend says they are the spirits of the Heike warriors who fell in the Battle of Dan no Ura, a naval war that took place in 1885. It looks like a creature out of Alien, but the phronema is totally real. This small, transparent, deep ocean crustacean lives inside the gelatinous shells it creates from the bodies of other animals. The phronema attacks salps, hollows them out, and then burrows into the hollow body, using it as a shelter and nursery for its young. In 1910, Dorothy Arnold, a young New York heiress, went dress shopping on Fifth Avenue. She was 25 years old, had a comfortable life, and aspirations as a writer. She was last seen buying chocolates. Then, she never returned. There was no apparent kidnapping, no letter, no witnesses. An innovative bag specially designed for water purification is capable of removing up to 99.99% of contaminants present in the liquid, thanks to a highly effective, fast-acting chemical powder. This device is ideal for emergency situations, natural disasters, or areas where access to clean water is limited. Power Taekwondo is a spectacular form of Taekwondo that combines the precision and discipline of this traditional martial art with explosive movements, impressive acrobatics, and displays of strength. In this more extreme and visually stunning version, practitioners perform techniques that break boards, concrete blocks, and other resistant materials, using flying kicks, mid-air spins, and powerful punches. Imagine a Tesla with giant wheels over 10 feet tall. This extreme experiment demonstrates how such a radical design can completely alter a vehicle's stability and handling. Mounted on colossal tires, the electric sedan defies curves and potholes with unique and unexpected style. At the Manchester Museum, a security camera captured a disconcerting phenomenon in 2013. A small 4,000-year-old Egyptian statue began to slowly rotate, untouched. The movement only occurred during the day and seemed to stop at night. In 2014, Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German man, went on vacation with friends to Bulgaria. He got into a fight that caused a minor ear injury, so he couldn't fly immediately. His friends returned, and he was left alone. In the following days, he began behaving strangely. He sent messages to his mother saying he was being followed, that they wanted to steal his organs, and that he was hiding. He was seen in a clinic, acting nervous. The CMY cube is a striking visual piece that changes color depending on the angle you view it from. It uses cyan, magenta, and yellow filters that magically combine to create ever-changing optical illusions. At first glance, it appears to be a static object, but simply move it and the colors dance and transform. In 1963, an underwater volcanic eruption off Iceland created something extraordinary. A new island, called Surtsey, rose from the sea like a gift from the earth. But from the beginning, something radical was decided. No one could set foot on it except authorized scientists. The reason is that Surtsey represents a natural laboratory for studying how life arises in a completely unspoiled environment. Kinball is a sport as unusual as it is fun, where 3 teams compete simultaneously using a huge ball over 1 meter in diameter. Before throwing the ball, players must shout out the name of the team they're targeting, and that group must catch it before it hits the ground. The key is cooperation, agility, and strategy to keep the ball in play. Asha Mandela carries a story on her head that stretches over 63 feet of dreadlocks. For more than 20 years, she has woven patience, identity, and pride into every strand. Her hair is not only the longest in the world, it's a living link to her African roots. Every twist and knot tells a story of strength and culture. The Selkirk Rex looks like a cat that dressed up as a sheep and stayed that way forever. Its curly, soft, and fluffy fur isn't the work of a groomer, but rather a curious genetic mutation. It's so adorable that you just want to hug it without asking. A ball of feline curls that wins hearts. The Kelencan, a prehistoric bird native to South America, grew up to 10 feet tall and had a 16-inch beak. This imposing predator was a formidable creature that dominated its environment, comparable in ferocity to the dinosaurs. Its large size and sharp beak allowed it to hunt and defend itself with great efficiency. Kalpana Balan, originally from India, holds the astonishing world record of having 38 teeth in her mouth, a number far greater than the human average of 32. Her condition, which defies anatomical norms, has caught the attention of dental experts. Inca Kola, the yellow-colored drink that originated in Peru, became so popular that it forced Coca-Cola to capitalize on its success by buying a stake in the company in 1999. This soda, with a unique flavor that many describe as a cross between bubblegum and lemon verbena, became a true emblem of Peruvian culture. Lucy the Elephant is a huge sculpture built in 1881 on the New Jersey shore, made of wood and covered with metal sheets. This unusual structure, shaped like a giant elephant, was originally used as a hotel, real estate office, and even a speakeasy. Over time, Lucy has transformed into a cultural icon and historical attraction, with over a century of history behind it. For the young men of the Satre Mawe tribe in the Brazilian Amazon, becoming men requires undergoing one of the most painful initiation rituals on the planet, enclosing their hands in gloves filled with bullet ants. These ants have one of the most painful stings in the world, described as a burning torture that lasts 24 hours. Yet the boys must endure more than 300 of these insects biting them for 10 minutes without crying or showing weakness. In Mongolia, one of the most popular and traditional drinks is called arog, or kumis, which is fermented mare's milk. The curious thing isn't just its sour, foamy flavor, but the fact that it's served at almost every social occasion, from parties to funerals. Imagine a squid that looks like it's made of blown glass. Now stop imagining it, because it exists. It's the glass squid, an almost completely transparent animal that lives in the ocean depths between 650 and 3,300 feet below the surface. This squid has evolved extreme transparency to avoid detection by predators. The wire-tailed manakin, the bird that makes sounds with its wings. In the jungles of Central America lives a bird so strange that its song comes not from its beak, but from its wings. The Manicus vitellinus, known as the wire-tailed manakin, produces high-pitched metallic clicking sounds by rubbing its modified wing feathers together, as if it were a living instrument. It uses this mechanical song to attract females during its mating dance. In 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared while sleeping at a luxury resort in Portugal. Her parents were having dinner a few meters away. When they returned, the window was open, and Madeleine was gone. The case exploded in the media. Millions of euros spent, international searches, hundreds of suspects, and more than 8,000 leads. Despite everything, no conclusive evidence was ever found. Not a single recording, not a single reliable lead. In India, one of the most confusing gestures for foreigners is the head bobble, a nod that isn't a Western-style yes or no. It's a slight sideways shake that can have multiple meanings, depending on the context, tone, and speed. The fascinating thing is that there's no single translation. Sometimes it means yes, other times maybe, other times I understand, or simply I'm listening. In Thailand, some Chinese pilgrims participate in extreme rituals as part of their spiritual practices during the famous vegetarian festival. In an act of devotion and purification, many insert knives, nails, or other sharp objects through their mouths, cheeks, or tongues as a way to purge their sins and demonstrate their absolute devotion to the gods. This boy has taken creativity to the next level by building a functional bridge using only coins. Without the need for glue or foreign materials, he transformed something as ordinary as coins into an incredible feat of engineering. In this video, I'll show you step by step how you can create your own balance bridge using around 200 coins. In February 1959, 9 young Soviet mountaineers died under unexplained conditions in the Ural Mountains. The group, led by Igor Dyatlov, was camping on a hillside when, in the middle of the night, they ripped their tent open from the inside and fled half naked into the extreme cold of -22 degrees Fahrenheit. The most chilling thing was their bodies. Some had internal fractures comparable to a car accident, others were naked and missing their tongues, and one showed signs of radiation. There were no fingerprints or signs of a struggle. In many cultures, blowing out candles or taking a bite of cake is an essential part of a birthday. But in Venezuela, especially in working-class neighborhoods, there is a crazier tradition, throwing flour, eggs, and even cold water at the birthday boy or girl. The custom begins innocently enough. Someone approaches with an egg and gently breaks it over the birthday boy's head. In France, a treasure of humanity, the Lascaux Cave, discovered in 1940, contains cave paintings more than 17,000 years old. For years, tourists flocked to see it. But in 1963, scientists detected something alarming. Carbon dioxide from human breath was damaging the paintings. Discovered in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, the bat Yoda was nicknamed for its incredible resemblance to the Jedi Master from Star Wars. His pointy ears, flat nose, and round wise eyes lead many to believe he was directly inspired by the character. Also known as the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, the Uroplatus fantasticus lives in the forests of Madagascar and resembles a creature from the underworld. Its body mimics a dried leaf in detail, with veins, jagged edges, and a tail that looks like it's about to decompose. Disc golf, also known as disc golf or even frisbee golf, combines the basic principles of traditional golf, such as advancing around a course in the fewest throws possible, but instead of a ball and club, flying discs similar to frisbees are used. The objective is to throw the disc toward a chain metal basket, which acts as the hole in conventional golf. In 2014, Relisha Rudd, an 8-year-old African-American girl living with her mother in a Washington, D.C. shelter, began skipping school. Her mother said she was with a doctor named Khalil Tatum, a custodian at the shelter. The disturbing thing is that this doctor wasn't even a doctor. In South Korea, a cafe has taken creativity to the max, creating a completely black and white space where everything looks like something out of a comic book. The walls, furniture, and even the utensils are designed as if they were hand-drawn, creating a unique and surreal atmosphere. In some Japanese restaurants, diners can catch their own food directly from tanks filled with fresh fish. This unique experience combines the fun of fishing, with the literal freshness of food. It's like enjoying a meal in its most authentic and direct version of the ocean. The blobfish, probably one of the ugliest animals in the world, only has that melted appearance when taken from its natural habitat. It lives at depths of over 3,300 feet, where the pressure is immense. In that environment, its gelatinous body functions perfectly. It has no swim bladder or strong muscles and floats gracefully on the seafloor, waiting for scraps of food to reach it. This strange four-eyed freshwater fish, native to Central and South America, is known for its unique visual ability. It has two horizontally divided eyes, allowing it to see simultaneously above and below the water. They are not literally four eyes, but each eye has two retinas and two independent corneas. Have you ever wanted to sleep like your pet? Now you can, thanks to Poofle, a bed for humans inspired by classic dog and cat beds. With an oval shape and padded edges, it's designed to envelop the body and offer a unique and comforting sleeping experience. In 1990, McDonald's opened its first restaurant in the Soviet Union, right on Moscow's iconic Pushkin Square, marking a historic moment. Thousands of people lined up for hours to try a Western-style hamburger for the first time. It was more than an opening. It symbolized the arrival of capitalism in a nation undergoing transformation. Mount Nyiragongo, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, is home to one of the world's few active lava lakes, glowing like a fiery cauldron. This volcano is so unpredictable that its lava can flow at incredible speeds, scorching everything in its path. Its mesmerizing beauty contrasts with the danger it poses to nearby communities. In Whittier, a remote town in Alaska, almost all of its residents live under the same roof, in a building called the Begich Towers. This enormous complex houses everything from homes and a general store to a clinic, a police station, and even a post office. Motoball is an extreme and adrenaline-fueled version of soccer, where players riding motorcycles chase a giant ball to score goals. The goalkeeper, however, remains on foot, defending the goal with agility and skill. In Cuba, taxis are not like the ones we're used to seeing in other parts of the world. They're vintage vehicles, known as almendrones for their elongated shape, are the mainstays of public transportation. These cars, many of which date back to the 1950s, have been restored and adapted to continue circulating on Cuban streets. In the peculiar town of Barl, located between Belgium and the Netherlands, it's possible to cross the border simply by walking a few steps. The borders there are so irregular that some homes have interior spaces divided between the two countries, depending on the exact location of the main entrance. This strange geographical configuration turns Barley into a veritable international labyrinth where laws can shift from one side of the room to the other. The hoatzin is one of the most extraordinary birds in existence. It is distinguished by being the only known ruminating bird capable of chewing leaves in a manner similar to that of cows. Its beak, with two rows of sharp edges, is specially adapted for tearing and crushing vegetation. Furthermore, its saliva plays a key role in the decomposition process of leaves before they are digested. The elf owl is the smallest owl in the world, reaching a maximum height of approximately 12 centimeters. Despite its diminutive size, this bird is very agile and possesses great hunting ability, using its keen sense of sight and hearing to detect its prey. It primarily inhabits dense forests and areas of thick vegetation, where its small size allows it to hide easily. In 2007, Andrew Gosden, a brilliant 14-year-old British boy, left his house as if he were going to school, but instead went to a train station and bought a one-way ticket to London. A camera caught him leaving the station, and since then, he's been swallowed up by the earth. In Massachusetts, United States, lies a huge rock covered in inscriptions carved in unknown symbols. Known as Dighton's Rock, the markings bear no resemblance to any indigenous language or European characters, and its exact age remains undetermined. In Denmark, turning 25 without getting married is no small feat, It's reason to be attacked with ground cinnamon. Yes, you read that right. Friends and family throw cinnamon at the person as a traditional prank. The victim must remain still while they throw kilos of cinnamon, even using blowtorches or hair dryers to make it stick properly to the body. Sometimes it's done on the street, other times in homes. But laughter and sneezes is always guaranteed. Discovered in 2005 near the depths of the South Pacific, the Yeti crab, or Kiwa hirsuta, gets its name from its strange white fur, reminiscent of the legendary Himalayan Yeti. This crustacean measures no more than 6 inches, but what makes it special are its hair-covered claws called setae, which harbor bacteria. At first glance, you might think it's floating disembodied, and you'd be almost right. The Greta Otto, known as the glass-winged butterfly, is an insect whose most incredible feature is that its wings are completely transparent. Native to Central and Northern South America, this butterfly has wings that lack pigment and are made up of very thin, microscopic scales. At first glance, it looks like a colorful shrimp, but the mantis shrimp is one of the most amazing creatures in the ocean. It has the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom, and a striking ability so strong it can shatter aquarium glass. Its eyes can detect light polarization, ultraviolet light, and up to 12 types of colors. In the city of Axum, Ethiopia, there is a small chapel called the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, where, according to tradition, the Ark of the Covenant is kept, the biblical object that contained the tablets of the Ten Commandments. The most disconcerting thing is that no one can see or inspect it. Only a monk chosen for life has access, and he remains locked inside the compound until his death. He is not allowed to leave, speak to others, or show the contents. In France, baguette vending machines have become an ingenious solution to keep the tradition of artisanal bread alive. Connected to local bakeries, these machines deliver freshly baked baguettes 24 hours a day, guaranteeing freshness and flavor at any time. Few creatures are as mysterious as this turtle. The Raphitus swinhoe is the rarest turtle in the world and possibly the most reclusive, with fewer than 3 known specimens remaining on the planet. It lives or used to live in the Yangtze River and some lakes in Southeast Asia, but its population has been decimated by habitat loss and hunting. This fish looks like a digital creation, but it exists. The Macropinna microstoma is a deep-sea fish from the North Pacific, known for having a completely transparent top, revealing its fluorescent green eyes inside. Deep in the Amazon rainforest lives the Yanomami tribe, one of the last relatively isolated indigenous communities in the world. They have inhabited this region for centuries, preserving their customs, language, and connection with nature. It is estimated that between 35,000 and 40,000 Yanomami live in more than 200 villages between Brazil and Venezuela. This marine mollusk, found in tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific, is one of the ocean's most visually striking creatures. The Pteriolidia ianthina not only has a shape reminiscent of a dragon with shiny hairs, but it also possesses an ability few animals possess. It photosynthesizes by association. In 1984, in Bhopal, India, a union carbide pesticide plant, now part of Dow Chemical, accidentally released 40 tons of methyl isocyanate, a lethal gas. The cause? A safety system shut down to save money and negligent maintenance. Within hours, thousands of people died in their sleep. The gas entered homes like a murderous fog. In the middle of the Indian Ocean, surrounded by turquoise waters and perfect beaches, lies Diego Garcia, an island that looks like something out of a postcard. But you can't visit it. In the 1970s, the indigenous inhabitants, known as Chagosians, were forcibly evicted to make way for the base. Since then, it has become a key point for military operations in the Middle East, including wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. This fish looks like a creature from another planet or from an underwater fashion runway. The red-lipped batfish, which inhabits the waters near the Galapagos Islands, is known for its intensely red, lipstick-like mouth. The curious thing doesn't end there. It's not a good swimmer and moves mainly by walking on the seafloor with its pectoral fins adapted as legs. The Philippine tarsier is a tiny primate, barely 6 inches long, with eyes as big as its brain. It lives hidden in the forests of the Philippines and is so rare that many have never even heard of it. Its enormous eyes are designed for extreme night vision, as it is a hunter that only becomes active in the dark. The curious thing is that its eyes cannot move within their sockets, so to look sideways it turns its head completely, up to 180 degrees like an owl. In the world of ants, most defend themselves with mandibles, pheromones, or stings. But the Myrmecina graminicola has an even stranger strategy. When it feels threatened, it drops to the ground, curls up, and pretends to be dead. This phenomenon is called thanatosis and is common in some insects, but very rare in ants. This tiny crustacean literally lives inside other animals. The Pinnotheris pisum, or pea crab, settles in the gill cavity of its hosts, where it feeds on their food particles without seriously harming them, in a symbiotic relationship known as commensalism. The giant musk turtle, a little-known species from Mexico and Central America, also known as the three-keeled musk turtle, stands out from the rest due to several oddities. It is gigantic, weighing up to 9 pounds, has a flattened body, a rough shell with 3 visible keels, and if that weren't enough, it gives off a strong, musky odor when threatened. Located in Gakona, Alaska, HAARP is a facility designed to study the ionosphere, an upper layer of the atmosphere. But due to its technological power and secrecy, it has become the source of hundreds of conspiracy theories. The reason? HAARP can emit extremely high-frequency radio waves. In a vault at Yale University lies one of the most mysterious books ever found, the Voynich manuscript, an illustrated text written in a completely unknown language that no one has been able to decipher since its discovery in 1912. The pages are filled with botanical diagrams of plants that don't exist, impossible constellations, female figures in liquid tubes, and texts in fluid calligraphy, but with no known parallels. Everything we see, planets, stars, galaxies, ourselves, represents less than 15% of the known universe. The rest is dark matter and dark energy, concepts we know exist because of their effects, but which we have never seen or touched. Ryan, a 4-year-old American boy, surprised his mother by vividly describing his other life as an actor in Hollywood. He gave details about his house, his car, his famous friends. He even remembered dying of cardiac arrest. Most disconcertingly, he identified a specific person in an old unnamed photo, and researchers discovered that it was indeed a minor actor from the 1930s who died just as the boy described. In 1995, a small statue of the Virgin Mary in Civitavecchia, Italy, began weeping tears of blood in front of multiple witnesses. The phenomenon was repeated several times, and the blood was analyzed in laboratories, revealing it to be type B human blood, distinct from that of the statue's owners. Most surprisingly, a bishop witnessed one of the cries, prompting the Vatican to send investigators. In the depths of the sea lives an almost unknown creature called the sea whale, or Tomopteris. It is a type of polychaete worm that moves like a silk ribbon floating in the water, thanks to its numerous lateral appendages, which look like small fins. Off the north coast of Scotland, there is a small and seemingly peaceful island called Greenock, but between 1942 and 1990, it was off-limits to all human life. The reason? The United Kingdom used it as a testing ground for biological weapons, particularly anthrax, At first glance, the dugong looks like a cross between a manatee, a dolphin, and a sea cow. It lives on the coasts of the Indian Ocean and parts of the Western Pacific. Fascinatingly, it feeds exclusively on seagrass, which is why it is nicknamed the sea cow. But it is related to elephants, not seals. In 2011, a Swedish team searching for treasure in the Baltic Sea detected a circular formation 60 meters in diameter on the seabed. It had steps, symmetrical lines, and right angles, as if it were an artificial structure. They named it the Baltic Anomaly. Sonar scans show a shape that many compare to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, sparking speculation about submerged UFOs, secret Nazi bases, or prehistoric structures. Olympus, the famous Japanese brand, surprised everyone with a collection of chocolates inspired by the planets of the solar system. Each of the 8 cocoa spheres reflects the appearance of a planet, from tiny Mercury to giant Jupiter. These delicious planets come presented in an elegant black box, making each bite a unique visual and gustatory experience. Panasonic has created an innovative robot that can wash hair automatically, offering an ideal solution for the elderly or those with limited mobility. This robot has 2 arms with independent motors that move precisely, applying shampoo, massaging the head, rinsing, and even drying the hair. In India, the majestic Chenab Bridge rises, defying heights at 1,178 feet above the river. It's the highest railway bridge in the world, but its record isn't the only impressive feature. What's jaw-dropping is how they managed to build it in such extreme terrain, a true gem of modern engineering that appears to float between mountains. The gold crest, a tiny bird native to Europe that weighs barely 0.14 ounces, is able to survive harsh frozen winters. Despite its extremely small size, its heart can beat up to 1,000 times per minute, allowing it to maintain constant energy even in the coldest conditions. The Gate Tower building, located in Osaka, Japan, is known for its unusual design, which includes a tunnel that runs through several of its floors. This unique structure allows a highway to pass directly through the building without interrupting its functionality. The tunnel is carefully integrated into the architecture, allowing vehicles to pass through while the building continues to operate as an office space. Winston Churchill Avenue, located in Gibraltar, is special because it runs directly through the airport runway. This unusual intersection allows vehicle traffic and aircraft to share the same space, creating a unique coexistence between vehicles and flights. The route temporarily stops when planes take off or land, making this one of the most unusual routes in the world. The date is the fruit with the highest amount of sugar. This small, oval fruit from the date palm contains between 60 and 70 grams of sugar per 100 grams, which represents approximately 60% of its weight. This high concentration of sugar makes it a very dense source of energy. Among the moist leaves of Central and South America hides an amphibian that looks like glass. The glass frog, or Hyalinobatrachium. Its ventral skin is so transparent that you can see its heart beating, its organs moving, and its blood circulating. Its dorsal surface is translucent green, allowing it to camouflage itself perfectly among the leaves. But its abdomen is completely clear, making it look like a lab-created animal or a hologram. In the Christchurch Cemetery, Barbados, lies the Chase family crypt, where chilling events have occurred since the early 19th century. Each time the tomb was opened for a new burial, the coffins were inexplicably moved, overturned, or stacked, even though the crypt was sealed and there were no signs of intrusion. This tiny marine animal, also known as the blue dragon, is a nudibranch mollusk that floats upside down on the ocean surface, using an air bubble as a buoy. It lives in warm waters like those off Australia and South Africa, and rarely grows larger than 2 inches. But it is as beautiful as it is deadly. Its metallic blue and silver body makes it look like a fantasy creature. No, it doesn't breathe fire, but it glides through the trees like a miniature dragon, The Draco volans is a small lizard that lives in the forests of Southeast Asia and has a unique ability. Wings formed by extensions of its ribs, covered by a membrane that allows it to glide up to 10 meters. The Piri Reis map, drawn by an Ottoman admiral in 1513, is disconcerting for one astonishing detail. It shows parts of South America, Africa, and Antarctica, but without its ice sheet. The strange thing is that Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1820, let alone mapped without ice. Something only possible with modern radar technology. Beneath Vatican City lies one of the most restricted and mysterious libraries on the planet, the Vatican Secret Archives. It is believed to contain documents dating back more than 12 centuries, including the correspondence of Galileo Galilei, records of the Templar trial, and possibly ancient texts that could rewrite the history of Christianity or the Roman Empire. In 1981, Cynthia Anderson, a 20-year-old woman, disappeared from her workplace in Toledo, Ohio. Her car was outside, her purse was inside, but she wasn't in the office, nor were her clothes or personal belongings. The door was locked, with no signs of a struggle. Weeks earlier, Cynthia had told her parents that she dreamed of being kidnapped and that she was receiving mysterious phone calls. Fort Knox in Kentucky is famous for one thing: safeguarding America's gold. According to official reports, within its walls lie more than 4,500 tons of gold bullion, valued at over $250 billion. But that's all we know, because no one has seen the inside since 1974. A few kilometers from Venice lies Poveglia, an island that is completely closed to the public due to its macabre history. In the 18th century, it became a lazaretto where victims of the Black Death were isolated. More than 160,000 people died there, and their remains were buried in mass graves or cremated. The Grimpotauthus, popularly known as the Dumbo octopus, is a deep-sea creature that owes its name to the two fins protruding from the sides of its head, resembling the ears of the famous Disney elephant. These ears aren't just decorative. It uses them to swim smoothly, as if flying underwater. This giant nocturnal flightless parrot is one of the rarest and strangest birds in the world. It lives only in New Zealand and is so unique that it combines characteristics of an owl, a parrot, and a chicken. Its name, kakapo, means night parrot in Maori. It measures up to 24 inches and can weigh 9 pounds, making it the heaviest parrot on the planet. It has mossy green plumage that camouflages it perfectly, and although it cannot fly, it climbs trees with great skill. Although you may find it hard to believe, astronomers estimate that there are more stars in the observable universe than all the grains of sand on all the beaches and deserts on planet Earth. The estimated number is 1 sextillion. On the remote Svalbard archipelago, north of the Arctic Circle, lies a structure worthy of science fiction, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. This underground vault was designed to store copies of all cultivable seeds on the planet as a genetic backup for humanity. In 2000, Zeb Quinn, an 18-year-old from North Carolina, left work to check out a used car he and a friend wanted to buy. They stopped for gas, and Zeb never arrived. Hours later, his car was found in a parking lot. Inside were a bottle, a coat, and a beret with lipstick on the windshield. A week later, someone impersonated him on a sick call to his boss. The iconic moai of Easter Island, gigantic stone statues gazing into the horizon, have fascinated for centuries. But what many don't know is that many of these moai are buried, and when excavated, it was discovered that they have trunks, arms, and even inscriptions on their undersides. In 2006, Brian Schaffer, a 27-year-old medical student, went to celebrate the start of the summer with his friends in Columbus, Ohio. They went to a bar called Ugly Tuna Saloona. Security cameras captured him entering, but never leaving. And that's not just a figure of speech. There are literally no recordings of him leaving, and all other doors were locked or guarded. His friends assumed he had slipped out unannounced, but he never reappeared. In India, the Padmanabhaswamy temple is one of the richest on the planet. Vaults containing tons of gold, jewels, and sacred statues were found inside. But one chamber, known as Vault B, has never been opened for fear of a curse. Sweden has devised a brilliant system to encourage recycling and protect the planet. For every bottle citizens recycle, they receive cash back. This practice not only encourages bottle collection, but also benefits both people's wallets and the environment. In eastern Siberia, in 1949, a huge conical formation over 40 meters high, known as the Potomsky crater, was discovered. Curiously, no meteorite remains, molten rocks, or volcanic material were found, but the surrounding vegetation is abnormally altered, as if there had been a massive thermal explosion. At Racetrack Playa, a dry riverbed in Death Valley, California, a phenomenon has baffled scientists for years. Stones weighing up to 660 pounds slide alone along the ground, leaving long trails as if someone had pushed them. There are no human footprints, no apparent intervention. In December 1948, on Somerton Beach, Australia, a well-dressed corpse was found, undocumented, with a strangely relaxed expression. He showed no visible signs of violence, and all the labels on his clothing had been intentionally cut off. Inside his pocket, a piece of paper was found with the phrase "tamam shud," which in Persian means finished. It was later discovered to have come from a rare poetry book hidden in a witness's car, with a strange code written on it. In 1957 in England, two young sisters died in a car accident. A year later, their mother gave birth to twin girls, Jennifer and Jillian. From a very young age, they began to demonstrate detailed memories of places they had never visited, and precise knowledge of toys, rooms, and people that only their deceased sisters knew. In Brazil, the Borges family lives with 7 tigers rescued from a circus, treating them as part of their home. It all started when Arias Borges saved 2 felines in poor condition and decided to care for them personally. Did you know that tigers can jump up to 16 feet vertically? Their hind legs are so powerful that they allow them to stand on 2 legs and propel themselves with agility. This ability is key for hunting and overcoming obstacles in the wild. Cycleball is a curious sport that combines soccer and cycling, played by teams of 2 on a closed court. Players ride bicycles without brakes or gears and can only hit the ball with their wheels. In Mexico City, there's a hummingbird hospital located inside the apartment of founder Katia Toof. There she cares for dozens of these tiny birds, rescued for injuries or orphans. Did you know there are wheelchairs for fish? Although they don't have real wheels, they are small floating devices made of foam that allow them to stay afloat and swim if they have mobility issues. On September 26, 2024, Shenzhen broke 2 Guinness World Records with the display of 10,197 drones flying simultaneously. They created the largest aerial image ever seen, all controlled by a single computer. At Karen's Diner, being mistreated is part of the menu. This quirky restaurant offers delicious burgers, but with servers who insult you and argue with you. La Gruta is a magical restaurant hidden in a cave near Teotihuacan. Founded in 1906, it combines traditional Mexican cuisine with a unique ancestral atmosphere. Did you know that some modern tombs include QR codes? Scanning them allows you to access photos, videos, and mementos of the deceased. Can you imagine counting every grain of sugar in a kilo? Venezuelan TikToker Ramses well did it and spent over 144 hours on the task. In the end, he discovered that 1 kilo of sugar contains 20,377.6 grains, and his feat went viral. In Zambia, there is a natural pool known as Devil's Pool, located right on the edge of Victoria Falls. Although it looks dangerous, a rock wall acts as a barrier and allows for safe swimming. The underwater restaurant Under, in Lindesand, Norway, is the first in Europe and is located 16 feet below the sea. It offers panoramic views of the seabed, while diners enjoy a dinner featuring locally sourced ingredients. Samuel, A 67-year-old man from Yakutia has lived for over 20 years in a Siberian forest, far from civilization. His daily routine includes collecting firewood, melting ice for water, and playing music in his cabin. The Yukon Kanto is a curious race in Finland in which men must carry their wives on their backs while overcoming obstacles. The goal is to complete the course as quickly as possible, testing endurance. Balenciaga surprised everyone with the launch of a bag that mimics a garbage bag in its fall-winter 2022-2023 collection. The brand's creative director created the world's most expensive garbage bag, which sold for $1,700. The Dancing Baby, or Baby Cha-Cha, created in 1996 by animator Michael Gerard, was the first viral internet meme. In 2019, a forest fire in Indonesia turned the sky a vibrant red, covering large areas of land. The Boryong Mud Festival in South Korea is the world's largest mud festival. It is held on Daecheon Beach and attracts thousands of tourists each year. Originally created to promote cosmetic products, it is now a huge festival with activities such as mud fights and concerts. In Scandinavian countries like Finland and Sweden, it is common to let babies sleep outdoors, even in winter, as part of the Nordic nap. This habit is believed to strengthen the immune system and help babies adapt to the cold. The Marble Caves, located in Lake General Carrera in Chilean Patagonia, are a natural wonder sculpted by water over millennia. The marble formations create gently curving chambers and passageways accessible by small boats. In Japan, Mitsubishi Electric's Toku Fastbot has amazed the world by solving a Rubik's Cube in just 0.204 seconds. Using high-speed servo motors and an artificial intelligence algorithm, it performs the movements with precision. This feat surpassed the human record of 3.13 seconds set by Max Park in 2023. In Bangalore, India, a replica of the White House sits atop a skyscraper, 397 feet high. This 40,000 square foot luxury mansion, valued at $20 million, once belonged to Vijay Mallya, the king of good times. In Japan, Christmas is celebrated in a peculiar way at KFC restaurants. This tradition began in the 1970s with the Kentucky for Christmas campaign and quickly became popular. In Scotland, the Falkirk Wheel is a rotating boat lift that connects two canals at different elevations. This innovative system uses giant rotating arms to bridge an 82-foot gap between the Forth and Clyde Canal and the Union Canal. The world's fastest trash can was created by Chris Rollins, who fitted it with an engine and 3 bicycle wheels. After surviving 2 crashes during testing, it reached an impressive speed of 63 miles per hour. 4 computer science students from Kiel University transformed the main building into a giant Tetris screen. They installed LED lights in 392 windows, creating a 141-foot high screen with more than 56,000 lights. The Golden Boy is the world's most expensive burger, valued at €5,000. Created by Chef Robert John, it includes exclusive ingredients such as Wagyu beef, beluga caviar, Iberian ham, lobster, white truffle, Remacher cheese, and Japanese soy sauce. Vierleppen is a unique sport from the Netherlands in which competitors jump over canals using a pole up to 49 feet long. The goal is to cross the water as far as possible, testing strength, balance, and skill. The Cardrona Bra Fence, located in Cardrona Valley, New Zealand, is a unique attraction where people have been hanging bras on a fence since 1998. Over time, it has become a popular tourist destination, with women leaving their bras as souvenirs. In Vietnam, crossing the street is a challenge due to the chaotic, never-ending traffic. Pedestrians move forward at a steady pace, without waiting for cars to brake. A group of Swiss students created the Methane electric racing car, capable of reaching 62 miles per hour in just 0.956 seconds, setting a world record. Weighing 308 pounds and producing 326 horsepower, it is faster than conventional and Formula One cars. The human hoist is a revolutionary mechanics chair, adjustable in height and tilt for total comfort. Its design allows for effortless position changes, making it easier to work in difficult areas of a vehicle. The Nevis swing in Queenstown, New Zealand, is the world's most extreme swing, suspended 440 feet above the Nevis River Canyon. It offers a breathtaking free fall and a 984-foot swing at up to 93 miles per hour. At Orlando International Airport in Florida stands the Traveler, a sculpture so lifelike it baffles visitors. Created by Dwayne Hansen, it portrays an exhausted passenger with such a genuine expression that he seems about to move. In the volcanic depths of the sea lives the volcanic snail, a tiny creature with an iron shell. Unlike other animals, it doesn't feed conventionally, but instead uses chemosynthesis, a process that allows it to convert hydrogen and carbon dioxide into energy. Impressive maneuver of the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. On a test flight, Vietnam Airlines pilots make it take off almost vertically over Washington. It looked more like a rocket than a plane. In 1986, Cleveland launched 1.5 million balloons into the sky at Balloon Fest to break a record and celebrate in style. But the weather ruined the party. The balloons tumbled out of control over the city. At the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix, McLaren broke the record with the fastest stop in F1 history, just 1.8 seconds. 20 mechanics moved to the last millimeter to change Lando Norris's tires. Brian Berg is the master of balance. He builds enormous structures using only playing cards. At 17, he broke the world record with a 14.4-foot tower. Li Jihao, a young Chinese man, broke a world record by solving 3 Rubik's Cubes while juggling in just 3 minutes and 29 seconds. His feat combines mental agility and extreme coordination. Mr. T. Fue is a YouTuber famous for building swimming pools in the middle of nowhere. Using only basic tools and pure strength, he transforms any piece of land into an aquatic oasis with impressive creativity. One of his most enigmatic works, a house with an underground pool, the exact location of which remains a mystery. Before every game, LeBron James throws chalk into the air in an iconic gesture that has become part of the show. What began as a personal ritual to focus has become his signature on the court. LG's signature blew everyone away with the first 77-inch transparent 4K OLED TV. While transmitting crystal clear images, it also lets you see what's behind you, even when it's on. Li Longlong broke a Guinness World Record by climbing 36 steps using only his head. Without using his hands or feet, and taking only 5 seconds for each step, he defied the laws of balance. In Jordan, an old Volkswagen Beetle was converted into the world's smallest hotel. It only fits 2 people, but inside there are comfortable mattresses and Bedouin decor. Its creator, Abu Ali, complements it with traditional food made by his family. After 220 failed dates, British model Elizabeth Hode decided to marry her faithful dog, Logan, a 6-year-old golden retriever. The ceremony was broadcast live on television with a dress, rings, and even an altar. In the middle of Manhattan, there's a giant clock that doesn't tell the time, but rather shows the U.S. debt in real time. It's called the National Debt Clock, and it shows how much the country owes. And this is all. Don't forget to subscribe for more facts with Zarpado.